We're at Storage Visions 2014, and we are looking at a vision here, a vision of storage. Now, Paul, we're used to cloud computing now and storing things in the cloud. You're, with your transporter, are taking a little bit different angle on that. Why don't you tell us about this?
Sure. So the angle we took was, with cloud storage being available now and all the benefits that it gives you, syncing across multiple devices, multiple operating systems, all mobile devices now have access to them. What we learned was there's a lot of actual limitations to cloud storage providers out there. Namely, one is privacy. It's huge. And with privacy, there's security concerns also. And the second thing that we found was recurring cost. If you think about it, a couple dollars here and there every month can definitely add up. And especially if you begin to run out of space and you have to pay for more storage, you're going to keep compounding all those costs over time. You might end up spending quite a bit of money. So a solution we came up with is the transporter, which we have right here. It's a private cloud solution. The only limitation it really has is really the internal drive it has on it. It accepts 2.5-inch SATA drives on there. The largest drive that you can place inside of it is 2 terabytes, which if you think about it, and even if you take a look, 2 terabytes of cloud storage is pretty expensive. So you can put 2 terabytes of here. It actually will connect to your home network or your work network. Really up to you to decide where you want it to place the device itself. And you're going to get access to it just like other cloud providers give you, whether it's your Mac at home, your Mac on the road, or your PC at home or on the road. And of course, we support iOS and Android. So we do have apps for both of those operating systems where you can get access to any of your data. And also you can upload even your photos, say from your mobile devices. We all have digital cameras now in our pockets, and you can upload those directly to your transporter from wherever you are, which is really great.
One of the neat things about the cloud, of course, is presumably the cloud will be there if your house burns down.
Right.
But you've got a solution for that.
We do. So it brings up a great point. What if I have one transporter and my house burns down? Am I SOL, right?
Right.
It really comes
That's
up.
a technical term, by the way.
Right. But actually, we have a solution for that. If you actually have multiple transporters, let's say you set one up at home, maybe one at work or at a friend's place, they will actually set up and do live replication between them. So you'd have an exact mirror of your transporter at another location. So essentially, what I like to say is offsite backup is now definitely possible for all users. It's not limited to business users only anymore, right? Because offsite backup, it is pretty expensive.
Right.
It's a little complicated for some users to figure out. This is completely automated, where you have one at home. If your home were to go down, and you have one that is set up at another location, a colo is the business term for it. It'll have an exact mirror of it, and if one unit goes down, you're just going to be pinging the other unit, making changes, and still accessing your data from there.
So yeah, I could see a family of kind of setting these up. My sister would have one, I'd have one. Great, they were sharing the data. And then she gets into my data. Is that possible? Do you secure it?
So there's actually a couple ways you can do this. If you set up a transporter under your account, and then your sister sets up one under her account, all you have to do, just like the other cloud providers, you create a shared folder. And that shared folder you guys will have access to, but whatever information she saves on her transporter will not be saved on your transporter, because she's saving it specific to that unit. Only if you authorize her or she authorizes you, then you'll be able to see that information. So yes, you can definitely set up where it's a complete mirror. That means everybody you use the same account, but you can also set it up where each individual person has their own transporter, but you guys have a shared folder where everything is synced in that one folder, and you have it saved everywhere else.
And if you don't want to use your drives, you can actually have another little device here, right?
Yeah, so we have a new unit, which is the Transporter Sync. If you don't want to go with one of our units that has a drive already built into it, placed into it, we have the Transporter Sync, this little hockey puck sized device here. It actually has a USB port here on the back where you can attach external USB drives to it. We support bus powered drives, so if you find one of those portable 2.5-inch bus powered drives, they'll work. You can also do the traditional, wall powered 3.5-inch drive. external drives. We'll also work on these. And actually, the Transporter Sync will give you more capacity because external drives go up to 4 terabytes. So it's actually double the capacity of what the Transporter does, which the largest drive is 2 terabytes at the moment.
And the cool thing is your drive on one doesn't have to be the same drive as on another one, right?
Exactly. It doesn't have to be the same.
Yeah, that's really cool. And the way you got this one started is kind of unique too, as far as how you funded it. Was it a Kickstarter project?
It was a little bit of Kickstarter, and we also had some venture funding that backed the company. And then we were able to get the Transporter out, and it took off from there. And then and this little guy came along the way, and this is our newest unit. We're real happy and proud of what we've done so far.
Great, and it's you guys are based in Silicon Valley?
We are. So we're in the what we like to call the storage capital, right in San Jose, California. Tons of storage companies out there, but we like to make our little niche out there.
Well, that's super. And these things are available for how much in retail? And
So Transporter Sync starts at $99 driveless.
Okay.
So it's bring your own drive. The Transporter devices come in 3 flavors. We have a 500 gigabyte model. It's $199. We have a 1 terabyte model, which is $249, and we have a 2 terabyte model for $349.
And as you say, though, that's a one-time cost, so you're not relying on that monthly fee or yearly fee, and you don't have to worry about if you guys go out of business, this thing is going to keep working.
Work.
Whereas if your cloud provider goes out of business,
You're SOL.
there you go. That technical term again. Well, Paul, I really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.